Rebel Stitcher here, and this is episode 26. This has been kind of a shitty week with the passing of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but stay tuned to that. Stay tuned to the end of this episode, and I will have a tribute, a special video tribute I did for her with the help of my wife Nicole. But I think it's time we should get down to stitchy business. I have some finishing and some new starts. I don't have any haul this week. I've been good. So let's get into finishing. I have 4 Halloween ornaments that I got back from Barbara at Keepsakes. They are all Prairie Schooler patterns. This one, oh, you getting down, Albus? Excuse me, sorry. So this one is Spooky, and it's an owl and a bat. And this is the fabric on the back. Super awesome. So adding that to my Halloween ornament tree. And then these two are kind of companion pieces. Uh-oh, and this gravestone. This is the fabric on the back. The cording. And this one is really fun. Gaze. It's a crystal ball. And the same awesome vintage fabric on the back. So as always, Barbara did an impeccable job, and they are up on my Halloween ornament tree and they look adorable. So that's my finishing. I did absolutely no Halloween stitching this week. I know it's shocking. The world must be totally askew, but I have 2 new starts / whips, however you want to categorize them. The first one in my Wonder Woman bag from Lynn X Stitches Creates, my pal Lynn, is for my friend Monique. I mentioned it before. I got a start on it. This is the Black Panther piece. It's going to be his mask, and then underneath it's going to say Wakanda Forever. So this is as far as I've gotten so far. This is on that purple X-Jew fabric that I had picked up from Gavron Stitchery. Oh, can we just take a moment? I forgot to show you this before. So I guess I do kind of have a piece of haul. Anyway, okay, so let me finish this. This is as far as I've gotten. It looks great. I love the way the colors are coming out on that purple fabric. Okay, so before I go into my next whip, this is not going to be a long stitchy video of content, but are you guys checking out my hat here? You want to hear a funny story about this? So Walker, my son, will randomly put things in our Amazon cart and hope that we don't notice, so then when we order something it just gets bought. And he will put little gifts in there for us, you know. He's a funny little guy, and he's kind of politically minded. He put this hat in the cart, and then when I opened up some packages that came from Amazon, which is, let's face it, almost every day something comes from Amazon in this house, I was like, oh my God, look at this hat. And he's like, oh good, you got it. I wanted to get that for you. So I wore it out once, I think over the weekend, and somebody's like, you got me with that hat. So not a MAGA hat, it's a Made You Look hat, Black Lives Matter. So thank you, Walker. Just thought you might get a kick out of that. Okay, anyway, back to stitching again. Another Lynn X Creates bag in my Ruth Bader Ginsburg bag, and as you might have guessed from this bag, it's an RBG pattern. There you go. I wanted to stitch something. I always consider stitching as like a therapy kind of a process that helps calm the nerves, and Lord knows I needed that last week. So Nicole was home and I let her pick a pattern, and she picked that one, and she has good taste. I like it. And let's see. This is as far as I've gotten. It's just DMC, except Instead of 310, I use Anchor Black. I am a full convert of Anchor Black. Let's see if I can get up in there. You see the coverage? This is 16 count Aida and 2 strands of Anchor Black. Look at that coverage. That is like luscious. So if I start any new projects, now projects that I've already started that have 310, I unfortunately have to finish it because I am not going to rip all that out. But anything new, Anchor Black all the way, this girl. So that's what I've gotten done on her. I still need the rest of her glasses, her earring, and her collar. But it's going really quickly because it's big blocks of color. So yeah, that's it. I've just had my whips that I just showed you, the Ruth Bader Ginsburg and the Black Panther. I want to thank everybody that's been supporting my Etsy shop, buying some quirky, nerdy, off the beaten path kind of needle minders. It's Rebel Stitcher Designs if you're in the market for some not your everyday needle minders. And stay tuned for the Ruth Bader Ginsburg tribute video that I'm going to splice in right after this. Have a great week, everyone. Hopefully next week is better than this past one. Thank you. Given the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I wanted to take a minute to say what her legacy has meant to me and my family. When we received the news of her death, the first thing my 13-year-old son asked me was, "Are they going to be able to take you and Mama's marriage away now?" It is from this lens that I wanted to lend my perspective on this great lady. RBG actually did an amazing amount of work for women's equality before being nominated to the Supreme Court. From 1972 to 76, she argued over 300 cases and won 5 cases in the Supreme Court that now allow women the ability to be considered equal under the law. It was a huge move from women being seen as dependents either of their fathers or their husbands, and was certainly a paradigm shift for this country. Both Nicole and I were born during this time. What it meant was Nicole was able to play basketball on a college scholarship, get a master's degree in engineering, and start a career upon graduation. It meant I was able to start a business without a man co-signing any loans. We were able to buy a house, get credit, and build a life. It is Ruth Bader Ginsburg's legacy that we have a livable income and a family. She helped to make us possible. However, as a gay couple, we could not get married. We said vows to each other on July 16th, 2002 in New Paltz, New York, but it was not a legal marriage. Adoption in all 50 states was not open to us, and international adoption was closed as well. We had to be very deliberate about how we built our family. RBG led the equality fight for DOMA's reversal. She married gay couples and was a fierce advocate. On June 26, 2013, DOMA was reversed. It granted our family all the rights, privileges, and obligations of a legitimized family under the law. That day, Nicole told work she was going home to celebrate and to start planning a wedding. We were legally married on July 16, 2014. 12 years after the beginning of our life together. As Ruth put it, DOMA creates real marriage and skim milk marriage, and we no longer had a skim milk marriage. But Ruth Bader Ginsburg's legacy is not always one of winning. She is also famous for her dissents, and she viewed them as a way to pave the path forward in the future. Specifically, we can remember the Lilly Ledbetter case, where she says the court does not comprehend or is indifferent to the insidious ways in which women can be victims of pay discrimination. She then called upon Congress to act where the court had not. President Obama signed the Lilly Ledbetter Act into law as his first official act. I cannot stress enough how this fierce little woman has impacted our lives. Let's all honor her legacy by standing up for injustices when we see them. And for crying out loud, everybody needs to vote.